Hello and welcome. Hello, everyone. Come on in. Maybe people are hiding because of all the smoke. As I say that, I start coughing. It is pretty smoky here. I can feel it. It's the first time, my throat is sore, a little bit sore through all of this. Um, it's uh, it's it's really creepy outside. The sun is like red, 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 and it's you can't even and the sky is gray. The sky is gray and the sun is red. So it's pretty crazy outside today. That fire in Canmore is really taking its toll. I haven't heard if they got it under control, but I pray that they do. um I know they closed the highway down for a little bit and then they reopened it. So hey, welcome to the crazy times. Welcome, welcome. So, for those who are joining me for the first time, my name is Mary Jane Tracy, psychic medium, spiritual love of life and coach. Come to you with the 411 of the cosmic highway and a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and bringing in my two bits about it all. Of course, as I get on here, I start coughing like crazy. So, I'm going to grab my water. Excuse me. But, it's the moon has moved into Sagittarius. This weekend has been it was fucking hell this weekend. What can I say? Yeah. There was a lot of emotions. I felt for myself a lot of turbulence. And even though, I was at Heritage Park this weekend with Andrea from Blessed Circle, and that was fun. I really enjoyed being out there at Heritage Park and doing the markets. That rekindled my spirit. So that over the weekend was absolutely fabulous because that rekindled my spirit to start doing markets again. So I am now in the process of going to be getting back into markets. And that should be fun, but they're going to be different. And that's what I have to come into I'm just like looking at how I want to do the markets and what kind of markets I want to do. One, I don't want to be selling the teas and everything again. And I don't want to be making bath bombs and candles and all of that. Was very exhausting to do that and then pack it up and carry it and the whole bit. In years gone by, you would see my booth. My booth was piled high. I had pendulums, I had crystals, I had oils. I was carrying everything, and it was fun. I have to admit, it was fun. It was a learning process, definitely a learning process. But then, between 2017 and 2019, I was getting my business up online. So my guide's coming in saying, you got to get your business online. Everything's going to be online. I'm just like, okay, how am I going to do that? And, lo and behold, the internet opened up to be the way, to do things like StreamYard and Periscope and other social media outlets helped me to get online. And then the markets, because I knew the markets, something to do with the markets. And then I was having issues with one of the markets I was a part of, and just got to a point where I didn't even want to run a market. I did not want to be a part of any markets. So it took a back step. Now getting back in, I went to one market over the in July, and that was nice. And just seeing how everything was, and doing the last 2 weeks did markets with Andrea at Heritage Park, which was nice. She was so kind to let me be a part of the booth. That was nice, like to be a part of the booth, which was beautiful. So just to be a part of the booth, just to get that feel again. Then I'm now looking at wanting to do it. So the type of markets I will be doing, or the type of things I'll be doing, will be ones to dealing probably with metaphysics, or ones that will allow, because not all markets want a psychic in there or an astrologer or a tarot reader in their market. So it'll be a market where they let me have a table that I could do readings and do tarot readings, do some astrology, and just do my thing. Just do my thing, honey. So that's what I'm going to be starting to get back to doing. Slow and steady, getting myself back out there. And we'll see how long that goes, because my guides are saying, just to step out. And they got me like, you're going to step out and then stepping back in. So I know, not sure how long the markets are going to be, not sure how long everything is, how it's all unfolding with the world around us. So as the world unfolds, it'll be interesting. I think some things that will be coming out will be rolled out, but then I feel like some of them will get rolled back in. And trying to make a newness or something new in the world. So there is where, especially because we're in this weirdness, and Uranus is going retrograde. So that's even more weird. We're in this energy of Aquarius, which is very ET sci-fi kind of cray kind of energy. And so we're in this energies, or in this position of changes and bringing in those changes. And Olivia's boyfriend mentioned something. He says, well, probably when those vaccines came out for the people with, polio, and they were probably feeling the same way. And I had to think about it, and I'm like, probably were, but here it was. When someone had polio, and children having polio, or you had children with rubella or measles, it was horrific, and it just didn't hit one child, or mumps. It ran through, like you saw it go around from one person to another person. So when something came in and said, hey, here's an offering for you, it came through, and people were like, yes. So it was different. And plus we've learned and we've grown so much from that time and that era, where now we're in this time, and it's kind of we're almost Jetson like. We're not flying around and having coffee on the rings of Saturn yet, but we are in this energy that is moving us to change in a way that is having us step out into the ethers, into the abstract. And we're stepping out into this abstract world and trying to make sense out of it. And as we are trying to make sense out of it, there is still the old regimes, or the old energy that is trying so desperately to hang on. And that brings me to Afghanistan, and watching what's happening in Afghanistan, and just looking at, and it's like, I see these men who are wanting to hang on to this control, to this old, this is the way it has to be. This is the way that you have to believe. You have to believe it this way. If you don't believe it this way, then we will kill you, basically, or we will torture you. You have to believe. This is the only way to believe. In a world that is changing and is expanding, because it is expanding, because we are in this Aquarius energy, it is expanding. There is the ethers that are there, and it is the expansion of our world. Yet so much wants to keep a hold on to everything so tightly that it's starting to crumble. And it is starting to crumble around us. And even with our election that's coming up here in Canada, it's like, it makes me frustrated, because I don't like either side. I'm not pro one side or another side. I just don't like what either have to offer. And this is like, I don't want to buy into that old boy, because it doesn't matter. It ends up, it really doesn't matter. They might have a little difference of opinion and policies, but at the end of the day, they all do their bullshit. They all do what gains them, and that's where this push is coming in. This push from the underground, this push from that needs change to happen. Yet the pushback is saying, no, we don't want to let go of this power. We don't want to let go of what we have. It's like trying to take a toy away from a child. That's what I see. A toddler. So this child is hanging on to this toy so tight that they're throwing temper tantrums all over the place, and they do not want to let go of that toy. That is their favorite toy. That is what they want, and they are not letting go of it. And this is where it's like, how much are you going to fight with the toddler to get the toy? How important is it? How many egos are going to get? Because you got the ego of a toddler, and then you got the ego of the parent or the person, the caregiver, that is saying, no, you can't have that right now, or this isn't the time for this right now. So is there other ways of negotiating, of working to create the change? And I think that's where, when it comes to the anger and the frustration that is coming up, and I know I went through a lot of it this weekend. I'm still feeling quite a bit of it. And those fixed signs are. So if you are a fixed sign, if you are Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, or Leo, you'll be feeling this energy, these transitions a lot. Taurus, I mean, the Taurians, you guys are going to be going through, especially with that Uranus going retrograde, you're going to be feeling it. You're going to be feeling how your life might be, the ground might be shaking underneath you, and you're trying to find the stability. And for those who are Scorpio, it's opposite you. So all of that shakiness comes over into your sign, and you're like, okay, what's hitting me? What's going on? How can I protect? How can I deflect to that? And then you also have the squares going on, because the square, with Saturn and the Saturn energy, and then that's deflected into Leo. I just want, come on, guys. I want harmony and peace, and I want to live within my heart and create something that is, vibrant and new. And it's all coming in. I feel all of this is coming in. I keep on seeing the 4 quarters coming in, the 4, the north, south, east, and west coming in. And it's that the world card, because you have the 4 cards, you have the 4 fixed signs on that card. It's saying what is turning, and in the reader writer deck, it is the devil at the bottom that's sort of moving things, where is this movement happening in your life, and where are you fixed that needs to be loosened up and changed. So we're going through this energy, and especially this week with Uranus, and we're building up to a full moon. Venus is in Libra. She wants to bring things to balance. Now, the thing is that my experience and what I've seen in astrology, when things get, when planets get into say Libra, I feel there's more confusion. There's more confusion because they're trying to weigh everything out. They're trying to make sure everything is balanced. And here's my grandson. So we have to do his hair. Oh, we'll do it this way. Yeah. So we're combing Mateus's hair. You got a haircut. Mm-hmm. Show him your haircut. Show him the side. See, he's got a haircut, and show him that side. See, looking good. Very nice. Ooh, hold on. Let's do the eyebrows. A little bit on the eyebrows. There you go. Okay. Close my door. So, good morning. So when we're trying to make this fixed energy, this is things that happen on a live show. So we're trying to make this energy and move it. And we're trying to make these movements as the earth is shifting underneath us. And the earth shifting in creating newness and creating other things that to be vibrant, to be new. Now, this is where, with all this shifting coming in, are you shifting within your own self, within your own intuition, with what is true and right for you? Or are you shifting in a way that you're just like, okay, fuck it, I'm going with the crowd, I got to go over this way? How is that shift happening in your life? Because it can be very subtle, and those subtle energies, as they come through, can cause slight reactions to things or annoyances. Now, we all have the fixed energy in our chart, right? And it's all depending where that fixed energy lies in your chart. So does that fixed energy, what house does it lie in, right? And it doesn't matter if you have planets in there or not. You have the transiting planets that are in there, and the transiting planets that are in there are causing, if you don't, let's say you don't have any energy in, or any planets in Scorpio, yet across the way there's Uranus. You're still having that energy. Everybody is, right? Same if you don't have anything in Aquarius, but Saturn and Jupiter are there squaring over to Uranus. So you still have it, but it's reacting in your life. And it could be those subtle little energies, those subtle nuances, those energies that are, it's like having a pebble in your shoe. And that's where this is. It's like a pebble in your shoe. You take the shoe off and you think you got the pebble out, and you put the shoe back on, it's still there. So there's still this aggravating, and you're thinking that, well, if I just move it over to the side or something, I could continue walking. But that's where this annoyance is coming in. And Virgo, the energies in Virgo, you have Mercury and you have Mars there. And they're coming off the squares of the nodes. Mars is fine-tuning everything. He's a god of war. He's fine-tuning what he wants to be doing and the direction he wants to go into. He had 6 months in Aries to look at all the crap and everything that was happening, and look at the world and see what was going on and try to make sense out of the nonsense. Then move in and, cause disruption in Taurus as he went through Taurus, and sort of like a bull in a china shop, here he came, disrupting everything. Then coming in from Taurus, where does he land? He lands in Gemini, and it's just like, oh my God, there's just so much information. I can't decipher all of this. It's just so confusing. And then ending up from there into Cancer and trying to figure out his emotions through it all. So this is kind of like the journey we've been on. We've, information. Now we're going, we went through the emotions and trying to figure out the emotions through it, and the growth and the healing that we've had to take through that. And then he lands in from there into Leo. It's like, okay, I'm drying off. I'm getting clear. I'm going to get going. I'm going to get rumbling. So in comes the rumbling. In comes, that passion of what I want to do, where I want to go. In to Virgo, fine-tuning that passion. What is it? Looking at, okay, that was an irritation. That isn't what I want to put up with. To looking at where the North Node is. Are you wanting to go forward on the new road, or are you wanting to get stuck into the South Node and just into the old habits, the old ways? And it's all coming in, and we're clashing, and it's just, and every once in a while we get kind of a break, and we were like, oh, okay, thank God. We're just like, all right, everything's hunky-dory. It's like one of those crazy movies, feel like everything's fine, and then all of a sudden, bang, it all happens again, and we're in the muck, and we're in the craziness, and we're just like, fuck. Like, I know life happens. That's what I posted. I know life, but what the fuck? Come on. I just want things to go smoothly. I just want things to go, in a nice way. But we end up with the bumps and the craziness, and that's where we're at this week. And with Mars war, that he's that warrior, he's that rebellion, he's that coming in, he is that retaliation. And so we've had this build up with Mars and with Mercury coming in. And Mercury's like his little side partner coming in with him chirping. Did you know this? Because he's home. Like Mercury's home. It's like, did you know this? Did you know that? And you know, this is the it's almost like he's not the general, but he's the commander. He's the commander. He's there. And he's like, okay, yeah, I hear you. And yeah, okay, we got things to do. Yeah, I hear you. And Venus is like, thank God I'm out of that fucking house. I just want to shine up and I want to get pretty. I don't want to deal with this bullshit anymore. Just let me do what I need to do. I need to get on with my life and I need things to look good. So let's balance it out. And then people are like, what do you mean balance? Oh, you mean what choices do I make? Confusion. So we're in this confusion, we're in this energy, and it's just, I don't know about you, but it's exhausting. It's exhausting, you know. And I like to say thank you to Dana, and who has sent me coffee money, and thank you so much. It came in at a fabulous time because I wasn't even going to have coffee that day. But it came in when I just needed it. So thank you. And I've had a few other people who've sent me like $10 just to go buy coffee, and I'd like to say thank you. You know what, guys, that I know none of us have a whole lot to spare, and we're going through our own stuff, but those little things for me to go out and do, because right now it's coffee. Actually, I'm just drinking coffee and water lately, and that's it. So that's very, very kind of you. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I'm very appreciative of it. So this energy is bringing forth such change for us. And the change is aggravating, and it is frustrating, and it's for us to look through it and go through it. And I know, Venus wants to feel good. She's in Libra, and you want to be the diplomat, and you want to be courteous and loving, and it's to see the world with rosy optimism. And while that may sound like fabulous, but not exactly the way with this second full moon in Aquarius is moving us towards. It's moving us into new community, new ideas, new thought forms. And that's like putting on a new pair of shoes, so we have to wear it in. Crazy. And if you need help with this, definitely book in, and we can book in a natal chart reading. We also have, since we're building up to that new moon, you can pre-book your full moon reading, which will be coming out by the end of the week. So if you book now, you'll be getting your full moon reading by the end of the week. So book in. It's $25 for a full moon reading. So just a mini reading, I record it and I send it to you. So if you want a full on, it's $160 for now. That price will be going up to $180 as of September 1st. So my 1 hour readings are going to be going up to $180 as of September 1st. And it's already on my website. So if people have booked off my website, it's already there for $180. So my readings are going up. They are going up, baby. And it's just honoring myself, honoring what I need to do, and everything else. I mean, it's Zoom price. Zoom's gone up. Internet has gone up, and all kinds. Yeah, everything's gone up, as you know. So just for myself to make sure to keep up on things, I have to raise my prices to $180. Still cheaper than a lot of psychics out there, just saying, because most of them are $300 right now. So if you are looking at a reading with a lot of psychics or counseling and coaching, they're around $300 for the hour. And same with natal chart readings. Natal chart readings are on an average around 200. Some are 250 up to $1,000 depending on the psychic or the astrologer and what you're receiving. So just an FYI. And it is a lot of work that people do to do this work. So it's honor them and honor yourself. So on that note, what else do I have to say? Journey Club starting. So we have Journey Club that's coming in, and we have the chakra class. The chakra class is happening. All of them, the chakra class and the Journey Club do have payment plans. So, but last year I had the payment plans go over a year. This year, no. Again, it's one of those things that sometimes even I mean, you can have automatic payment with people, but they can stop the payment, right? And then you're like, okay, are you paying me this month? What's going on? So going around chasing people is not my idea. That's not my forte. I don't like chasing people. I don't like telling people that, hey, you know what? You owe me $100, or hey, are you making that payment this month? It's awkward for me, and I bet you it's awkward for you too. So one thing I have learned in my process of dealing with money is to be honest. Be upfront and honest with whatever you're doing. So if you're dealing with, say, an electrical company or your cable company, be up and honest with them. Let them know, hey, I'm going through this. Can I make these plans? But honor those plans. Honor them. And I know through my own experience, these got all mixed up. Through my own experience in money, that it is so important to honor what you're putting forth and what's going on in your life. Sometimes hey guys, I know sometimes it's really frustrating, and that's the other part that's coming in, especially with Taurus, that sometimes stuff it's just really difficult to do things or make payments, or something comes in totally unexpected that you weren't expecting, and it cleans you out, or it just throws everything off to left field. And it's looking at that and saying, okay, this is what's going on. This is what's happening. How can I readjust? And know that it's not going to last forever. Know that you're going to be able to create the abundance. There is abundance. You might be going through a drought now, but there will be abundance coming through. So that's, understanding the season of your soul, as Reverend Gale would say, understanding the season of your soul. Some seasons are bountiful and you have loads of apples on the apple tree, and other seasons are not. So let's pull out some cards to see what is happening today. Eight of Waters. Ooh, so the Eight of Waters. So you're setting everything up, but you're moving on to a new direction. You're setting things up. So it's you have a desire to move. There's something that you want to do, the Eight of Waters. So you're moving away from a situation. There's movement. You don't want to be a part of that anymore. And you have to start making decisions. The Queen comes in. The Queen of I don't give a fuck comes in. And she's got to make some decisions. So we have you moving into a new direction, definitely moving into some kind of new, but you can move into a new direction, but you got to know where the fuck you're moving to. unless you're running from home and you're running out and you're going out on the front lawn and you're like, I'm running from home, and you don't know which direction you're just gonna go. The Queen's saying, well, you got to know where you go. You got to know what direction you want to do. Start getting clear and looking at the objectives of, is this being objective? Is this actually working in my life? Is this really that what I want to spend my time on or not? And as you do that, there is like, okay, you might have to revise the plans. So there is a lot of revision that's coming in. It's like you got your first set of plans, but you might have to revise. You might have to look at it differently. And, because it might not be the right time, things start coming up. So the 7 of Airs comes in and it's saying, it's the 7 of Swords. Things might not be the way that you want it to be. You gotta readjust it. You might have thought this was the place to land, but you don't like the food. You don't like, the people aren't, they're not your tribe. And that's okay to understand and be honest with yourself. Because you're revising, you're looking at things, and this is a time of really looking at what is working and what isn't working. And as you go on, the 9 of Fires comes in. So love the little dragon there. Look at him. He's just looking at that beautiful ball. She's just looking straight ahead. And look, there's an eye in there. There's a lot going on in these cards when you start looking at them. Little feathers. Another little eye there. So the 9 of Wands comes in and it's like, don't give up. Like he's looking at there. He's saying, looking up there. She's looking ahead. She knows, she's got the light. There's the energy there. Don't give up. Don't give up. You might have to revise a few things a few times. But the Queen says, be realistic, be witty. Trust in the information, trust it, feel it, take it from here, hold it in your heart. Yeah, that is right. You know your yeses and you know your nos. So trust your yes and trust your no. If it doesn't align with you, then it doesn't align with you. Doesn't have to align with everybody else. It just has to align with you. And know that there's changes that you're going to have to make with it. And the overall energy with that all. 5 of Wands. Not everybody's going to like what you're going to do. There's going to be competing goals. Some people are going to be pissed off with what you do. They're not going to like what you're going to do. They're going to put up, they're going to not so much. So the 5 of Wands is when they're holding them all up in the air and they're just like, yeah, but, or sitting around the cauldron and not everybody's agreeing what's going to go in the pot. And this is where, sometimes the details can be overwhelming. So take it out at bite-sized pieces so you don't get overwhelmed. This is when you do book in a reading. This is when you do get going. And I got packages for spiritual coaching that are absolutely great prices where you can book in and you can have 3 sessions, 6 sessions, or 9 sessions. And we can book them over, consecutive weeks to help you to break things down, to look at things so that you are not overwhelmed and you are not being bothered by all these crazy details. And you're able to step back and have the courage to believe in yourself so that you are able to see what is going on and not being overwhelmed by it all. That's where the energy, that's where, as we're stepping into this week, because there are decisions. We want to come into the peacefulness and the calmness. We want to come in to that place where it's going to bring us that courage. We do. All of us do. So this is where it's like, yeah, okay, so we got some cleanup. We got to look at some options and what isn't working, what isn't, and what do I need to purge? What do I need to let go of? And know what, some things aren't possible right now. Maybe there's something there that you really want, but it's just not possible at this time. Not saying it's not going to happen, but at this moment, it's not possible. So you have to tweak what you're doing, look at things in a new way in order for you to see the newness or see something else and taking that step back. So crazy day, but there you go. That's the energy of the day, baby. That's the energy. And so be kind to yourself, be kind to one another. You know what, when I look at my energy scale from 0 to 100, my energy level today is probably from 0 to a heaven. I'm not even out of 50 today. I've done some work. I've watered the lawn. I've watered my plants, did the dishes. I've pushed myself to get some things done. Did my yoga today, was hell. And Shar has to get back to work. Yeah, Shar, get back to work. Have a fabulous day, everybody, and may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you. Check out my coaching sessions, check out my classes, and I love you all. Blessings, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye, everyone.